Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well for teaching me this truth. Citations to the hopeful elect. All right, you brothers out there across the globe, all right, getting down for your crown. All right, for you future sisters who believe as well, okay, who believe in Yahweh Shem Shah in all truth and sincerity. All right, given to your proportion of faith. All right, may we all continue to give our due diligence. All right, peace, love, and blessings. Shalom, Mahawa, Barakim. Kaya here, come back at you in another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, and I'm gonna just make this real quick. All right, going into more war talk. Rumors of wars unfolding. All right, because as it stands, we're living in the last days. We're living in the end times. All right, and these times going on, these times that are present with us today are the same things that's been talked about and prophesied about over 2,000 years ago, and then some. Okay, but this article right here, this is on my Newsbreak app. All right, it says it's under military. It says U.S. deploys more than 3,000 sailors, Marines to Middle East following Iran's targeting of ships. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and play this clip real quick. Okay, so, as you saw there, you get what you got America, all right, just ready for war against Iran and these other nations, and vice versa. Okay, so it says the U.S. Navy announced that the arrival Monday of more than 3,000 sailors and Marines to the Middle East following a call by the Department of Defense for additional troops after recent attempts by Iran to seize commercial ships in the CENTCOM area of operations. It says the forces from the Bataan Amphibious Ready Group, ARG, and 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit, MEU, arrived in the Middle East on Sunday, according to U.S. Naval Forces Central Command, CENTCOM. All right, it says amphibious assault ship USS Bataan LSD-50 and dock landing ship USS Carter Hall LSD-50 entered the Red Sea after transitioning from the Mediterranean Sea through the Suez Canal. Bataan ARG-26 MEU units bring to the region additional aviation and naval assets, as well as more U.S. Marines and sailors, providing greater flexibility and maritime capability to U.S. Fifth Fleet, CENTCOM said in a statement. All right, so there you go. All right, you got fighter jets, you got ships. All right, you got all these things. All right, that the U.S. is preparing, okay, in order to get busy on these other nations. All right, for these other nations, for all of them equally to go to war with each other in this upcoming World War III, man. Okay, the U.S. and China, the U.S. and Russia, okay. So we're on the brink of war. All right, you got all these nations attacking each other. Why? Because we're in the end times, and all of them is trying to. All of them is determined to see who's going to be, next in power. And the answer is neither one of them. All right, save Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, so you got these nations going up against each other, battling for power. Let me get this in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So there you go. So this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning, man. Okay? This is only... Salakia, I should have started at verse 6. Let me actually read verse 6. Salakia, forgive me. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." All right? And then what? You got these nations, rising against each other. All right? Jacob versus Esau. All right, or Esau versus Ishmael, or Esau versus Moab. All of these different nations going against each other, but only one is going to prevail. All right, and that nation is the nation of Israel under Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. Okay, but once again, speaking of these times now, because ours is the time, yet to come. All right, all of these are just the beginning of sorrows. This is just the beginning of the issues. All right. but there's going to be much more war to come. Okay, let me go ahead and get this in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, the second woe, all right, the second destruction or the second death is talking about World War II. All right, World War II is past already, and then it says what? And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The third woe is talking about the third world's war, World War III. That's on its way. Why do you think these other nations are prepping themselves, and they're having these nuclear arms races? Like the Kim Jong Uns and the Vladimir Putins and so on and so forth. All right, why do you think they're militarizing themselves so strongly? All right, it's because a war is about to break out. All right, look at the infrastructure of this society, man, of this economy. It's broken. All right, it's shattered. Okay, they're doing away with the paper dollar. All right, we're moving into a CBDC age. The people are waxing worse and worse. There's a lot more homicide, suicide rates going up. All right, child molestation rates, sexual assault cases going up. Okay, because this economy, this society as a whole has failed because there's no righteousness in it. Let me also get this. Just finalizing what finalizing that World War III is going to be on its way. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah, Yeshaya chapter 9 verse 5. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. All right, because what? Back in the ancient world, like you could look at it, on your like your medieval movies or your ancient world movies, like Troy, Gladiator, so on and so forth. 300. Where you got these big burly mighty men, who wear the shields and the chainmail and the armor, and they carry the swords and the spears, and they got the catapults or whatever the case. All right, that's how wars were used to be fought. That's how wars were fought. That's how wars were fought in the past, right? Continuing on, it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, it's going to be a lot of fire here, and that fire, all right, more importantly, represents the intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay, so you got these nations, going back and forth with each other with these military, technological military advancement and so on and so forth. All right, because what? Each of them think that they're going to win, that they're going to achieve the whole world. All right, by fighting each other, thinking that, either one of them is going to win, but it's not so. All right, because Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he's coming back to take many crowns, man. All right, let me get this and then I'll close out. Head, many crowns. Revelation 19 and 12, it says his eyes, Salakia, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. All right, what does that mean? All right, that means he conquered these other nations. All right, this is talking about Yahweh Shah, who the world called Jesus Christ. All right, as a matter of fact, let me start at verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war, which is exactly what Yahweh Shah is going to do when he comes back. All right, read Isaiah, the 47th chapter. All right, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. All right, that's what that white horse represents too. He's going to come back with pure power. All right, in the fathership. All right, in the grand chariot. All right, it says that he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness, all right, in righteousness, not in wickedness, all right, not in malice, in righteousness, he doth judge and make war. Verse 12, it says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, all right, representing the vengeance that he's coming back with. It says, and on his head were many crowns. Once again, that represents all of these nations that he's about to take out, which is every last nation under the sun. All right, and what? Israel is going to be raised up in his name, by his name. It says, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of God. All right, so there you go, man. All right, he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, because what is that represent? What? It's gonna be a lot of death out here, man. All right, when Yahushua come back with the fleet of chariots, okay, with these so-called UFOs and UAPs, all right, these other nations, they will not be able to withstand. They will not be able to withstand, not in the least. All right, and what we saw, we was looking at the video. Like, what do you think this measly little aircraft is gonna do to a so-called, I mean, to a UFO, man? A chariot of the Most High? Absolutely nothing. Okay, this will do absolutely nothing, man. All right, because the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is way beyond this world, man. Way out of this world. Okay, it's beyond imagination. Okay. Now, even though, we talk about it and we use the scriptures to filter certain things out, just like even us talking about it, we can't even imagine, how destructive, World War III is going to be, or how dangerous and magnificent these chariots is going to be, man. We could talk about it all day. We could have our own thoughts and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, we don't know. We just know that they're going to be terrible, man. All right. And dreadful to you heathen nations. All right, and the wicked of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but I just want to bring that out real quick. Just a little news update. Lord's willing, this is edifying. Shalom.